Thanks for checking out my video. If you want to learn more from me, I have a lot of classes on Udemy. You can find the links to a lot of those in the description.
Alright, so let's talk about beliefs. So I'm just chilling in my car. It is about almost 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm running some errands, and I've been up since about 4 o'clock this morning. I'm recording this on the same, about like an hour after I recorded the last week's video. But of course, you guys are getting these a week apart. If you are a Patreon supporter, then you're going to get both of these videos today, actually, which is December 7th. So you can definitely see that. You're going to get a lot of earlier content and a lot of different things that I find while I'm researching and digging on things that I do on a regular basis. You guys get that stuff right after I get it because I love sharing all that other stuff with you. So now that, what do they call it? Housekeeping is out of the way. So I'm going to be talking about beliefs and whether or not they still work for you, right? Now you're probably like, dude, I want to learn some magic. Show me how to, create my future. Show me how to get the girl of my dreams. Show me how to get that job. Show me how to, I love it when people ask me about this, win the lottery, stuff like that. But of course, that's what I talk about here, and, it's a bigger picture than just bells, whistles, spells, and yada, yada, yada. So, your beliefs, right? They dictate everything around you. They dictate how you perceive every interaction that you have with others. They dictate how you think. They dictate what you do. They dictate how you respond to people. They dictate what kind of relationships you get in, how long you stay in those relationships, even your friendships. They dictate what happens to you as far as other people crossing your boundaries. They dictate your successes and things like that. So, you got to ask yourself, do the beliefs that I have still work for me? Now, what I mean by that is, we all have beliefs about ourselves, people around us, our situations, the world at large, that contribute to the different things that we get into. Like the last relationship that I was in years ago, seems like eons anyway, I was actually in it for a lot longer than I wanted to be, because I had this belief that, this relationship was my best shot. At the time I was very depressed. I was overall alone. My belief was that I was never going to find anybody else. Now, I ended that relationship about 2 years after I had wanted to. Really long story. But anyways, I proved myself wrong with that belief, because I was able to find someone else, which is why I've been with somebody new, arguably, for the last 11 years. New meaning, instead of that old relationship. Even the idea that, I'm trying to think of other beliefs that I've had. Back when I used to drink alcohol, I believed that I needed alcohol to get through the day. I believed that I needed alcohol to process through my difficulties. I believe I needed alcohol to thrive and to survive. But that changed when I started to feel physical pain. I literally felt my liver aching, and there was a lot of other symptoms too. So I came to believe that I didn't need alcohol and I needed to get rid of it. So my belief changed, and so my actions changed. So you got to think of, what's the situation that you're in? And what do you believe about your situation? Why are you in the job that you're in? Why are you single? Why are you in the relationship that you're in? Why are you living where you're living? Why is your life the way that it is? It's because your own beliefs and the actions that come out of those are dictating that this is okay for you. That you believe this is all you can have at the moment. When I went through college and I went to become a teacher, I believed that's what I wanted to do. But when I got in and I saw the way that the system worked, and it doesn't really help kids out in my opinion, and it was all about money and paperwork and all this other stuff, and how it's really the administration and the parents versus the teachers. that transformed my belief about how education was so wonderful. And then I left education. I always believed I still wanted to be a teacher, right? Well, what am I doing with this video? What am I doing with this channel? What am I doing with my podcast? What am I doing with my books? I am teaching people still, right? So I am a teacher, just in a different way than I thought I was going to be. So you got to think about what your beliefs tell you about yourself, about those around you, and about the world. Like, if you believe that the world is a safe place, or if you think that the world is an unsafe place, that's going to dictate what you do when you go out. Maybe you're too afraid to go out. Maybe when you go out, you get really paranoid. Maybe when you go out, you have a great time and you don't worry about anything. Maybe you go to every job interview believing that you have the capability of getting that job, and that contributes to you nailing it and getting the job that you want. Maybe you believe that you are, God's gift to men, women, whoever, and so you have much more confidence when you're out there and you're hoping to, get a date or find somebody to be with. You're much more likely to, get successes in those areas when you believe those things. So look at the things that don't go right for you and ask yourself, why did those things happen? What do I believe about myself and about these situations that contribute to making those things happen? If I believe that every single time I'm going to a party or I'm going out that I'm not going to have a good time, what do you think is going to happen? If I think that parties suck, what's going to happen every time I go to a party? They're going to suck. What happens if every time I go to work, I think I'm going to have a bad day? Well, I'm going to have a bad day. If I think that, a particular day of the week is the hardest day of the week to work, I'm going to have a really bad day. If I believe that, oh man, I only got 4 hours of sleep, I'm going to feel like garbage today, how do you think I'm going to feel? So, you got to turn those things around. Even though I only had 4 hours of sleep, I said to myself, you know what, I can get a lot of stuff done today and I can feel good about it. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. I am getting stuff done. I'm taking care of an errand. I've already recorded 2 videos. I got plans for practicing some music. I got plans for taking a nap. I'm going to make some good food. So rather than the person I used to be, where I don't have time to get these things done, I only am focusing on the bad things about the day, my sense of lack, and all the things that are going wrong. What do you think my life was like? It was sad, frustrating, depressing, and annoying, because I was just constantly putting myself down, and my beliefs were dictating that. So, if any of those beliefs that you have are putting you in these similar situations, what can you believe instead? I argue turning that belief on its head, right? Going from, I'm going to have a bad day because I lost sleep, to I'm going to make it a good day regardless of how I lost sleep. I can always take a nap, I can figure something out, I can have some sugar, I can have some coffee, yada yada. I can't technically have coffee because since I had COVID, I can't have coffee anymore. The caffeine messes with me. But, change it from I can't get a date with someone to that right person hasn't come around yet and I'm going to keep trying. Going from I never find success at job interviews to I am going to be successful at the job that's right for me. You frame them in a more positive way and in a more optimistic way that is going to get you to the action and the result that you want, rather than focusing on things that haven't happened. So you got to think about all the different things from your past that you have been through, what you believe about them, what it says about you, and what do you want to change about that belief to then make your result different. Like with my disability, I believed that my right hand was just disabled and stupid, and there's no way I was ever gonna, and my right leg too, basically my whole right side, it's called hemiataxia, if you haven't heard me talk about that on this channel yet. But I believed I would never be able to do a lot of coordinated things that other people could do. Like a month or 2 ago, I roller skated and I balanced, and you know what? I didn't fall over. I would have never thought about that about myself. I was changing my beliefs around for years, saying rather than my right hand's incapable of doing anything, to I just have to work at it a little harder, and I'm arguably just as capable as anybody else. It took me until I was 23 to learn how to cut my own food with a fork and a knife. Using two hands. It's because I changed my belief. I had a hard time believing that my right hand was even capable of opening doorknobs on its own. I was optimistic about it. I said, I just got to work at it, and I believe I'm capable of it, and I can do that now. I can drive my car completely with my right hand and my right leg only because I changed my beliefs around my right side. So if I can do that with a physical disability where they thought I was never going to walk, basically cerebral palsy-esque, and I'm able to do all the different things that I can do now just by changing my beliefs, then I guarantee you, if you look at the beliefs that you have that are no longer serving you in a positive way, you too can make a lot of positive changes with anything that you do, regardless of whether or not you back that up with any type of magic or spell work. Let me know what you guys think about this one, and let me know if you guys have any beliefs that you are working on eliminating, or anything that you used to believe that you changed to something new and something better, and whether or not that impacted you and provided, better things to open up and better things to come forward for you. I definitely want to hear your stories. Good hunting.